My father tried to sell me off. He forced me into a marriage with a 60-year-old man, but I wasn't going down without a fight. The first chance I got, I ran. I saw a blacked-out luxury SUV parked in an alley and scrambled inside to hide. I didn't realize a powerful CEO was sitting in the back seat. When I saw my father approaching the car, panic took over. I threw myself into the CEO's arms, begging for cover. I was burning up with a fever and trembling in pain. He ended up helping me that night, but it was so dark we never saw each other's faces. I never imagined that one night would leave me pregnant. 5 years later, I gave birth to a boy. We lived in the shadows of the city, and I made ends meet by selling homemade lunchboxes on the street. My son even started collecting scrap and recycling. He wanted to save every penny to find the father he'd never met, but my nightmare returned. My heartless father tracked us down and snatched every cent of my hard-earned savings. Just as he was about to strike me, a man stepped out of a limousine. It was him, the CEO. He saved us again. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Pretend to be my wife and child for my family, and I'll pay you a fortune every month. With no other choice, I signed the contract. The CEO's father was thrilled to see a grandson, but his aunt and uncle smelled a rat. They thought we were gold diggers after the family estate. Behind our backs, they swiped a lock of my son's hair for a secret DNA test. The next night, they threw a massive gala. My son and I felt like outcasts in such a high society crowd, so we grabbed our plates and sat in a quiet corner on the floor to eat. The aunt saw us and began mocking us loudly, calling us low-class trash. But then something happened that silenced the room. The CEO and his father didn't look down on us. They walked over and sat right there on the floor to eat with us. That's when the uncle reached his breaking point. He stood up and shouted that we were frauds. He announced he had already commissioned a DNA test and called the police to have us arrested for Heir fraud. The air in the room turned to ice. A messenger rushed in with a sealed DNA report. The uncle snatched it and handed it to the grandfather with a smug grin. But as the old man opened the envelope and read the results, his face went pale with absolute shock. Want to see what happens next? Comment next for part 2.